Hey everyone, welcome back to my guitar channel where I test stuff out so you don't have to. Today we will be reviewing the Boss Super Overdrive SD-1. As usual, if you're not already subscribed, hit that button so we can get started. Let's do it. First off, let's talk about design, because you know I'm big on design. And as usual with Boss pedals, it looks fantastic. Really nice. I love the bright colors they use on these. Very, very nice. Hold on. Can I just add that the box it comes in also looks... Can I just add that the box it comes in also looks very, very nice. I think they've updated this, but it looks really cool. Well done, guys. I like it. Woohoo! Again, as with all Boss pedals, it feels very sturdy. Great construction. It feels like it will last for 100 years. Really nice. The knobs, very, very simple. You've got a level, i.e. how loud it is, gain, and tone. So very self-explanatory. Usual Boss quality, really nice. 9-volt battery in here, and the wall plug. So really nice construction. It has a very nice weight to it as well. So you know it's not going to go anywhere on your pedal board. You can feel confident when you gig or in the studio that it's not going to slip away. Boss also puts this beautiful backing so it doesn't slip on your pedal board. Great feel. But I just want to add one very important thing. The most important test for me, how durable a pedal is going to be, is whether you can hit your bass player and drummer with it, and then it will still work. I feel 100% confident that you can chuck this at both those people and it will work. Yes, guys, before you start insulting me, I am just kidding. Please don't harm your bass player or drummer, although they deserve it. In terms of durability, I am confident that this will last, and this is a great addition to any pedal board for live use or in the studio. So let's move on to what it sounds like. Because guys, let's be honest, like myself, I'm sure you guys at home, check out these videos to see what these pedals are like, what they sound like, what real players use them for, and if they're worth your money. So let's get on to it and start by saying that the Super Overdrive, for some reason, at least in my mind, and I've actually spoken to quite a few players out there that feel in the same way, is a little bit underestimated in the Boss lineup. You would be incredibly surprised, if you don't know it already, how many players, pro players, and how many records this little thing has been on. Some of the other Boss pedals kind of get more attention than this one, and I'm not entirely sure why, but if you know, drop me a comment. But this has been on thousands of records. One from Zakk Wylde, everyone has been using these, or at one point used these. And the real reason why all these players in different genres have used these, it's because it's a warm sounding, very natural tube-like overdrive that works very well with clean amps, but it also works very, very well with already a distorted amp, so a slightly crunched up amp. You put this in front, it sounds very warm, very natural. You don't get that artificial effect that you get with a lot of distortion boxes or with a lot of overdrives. It's very different to a tube screamer, but it sounds just as good. Very warm, almost a woman tone out of it. And I don't like that phrase, woman tone, but going back to Clapton, that's kind of what you can get with this as well. So it's a very versatile pedal. One of the fundamental things that I found is really interesting with this pedal is that it doesn't really alter that much the sound of your guitar and amp. So the nice thing about it is that it doesn't fundamentally overpower your guitar and your amp, and what your sound without it is. It just kind of enhances it and pushes the front end of the amp and makes it a little grittier. In addition to that, the tone control is very, very responsive. So you can dial it accordingly and bring out some of those highs when running it, because it does tend to be, as I said, warm. So you can play around with the tone and it works very, very well. I found that in terms of versatility, the SD-1 is very good. You can use it for a variety of genres from blues to metal. It is very, very good for boosting your solo sections. So when you come up to a solo, stomp on it, it will give you that extra one, volume, and two, sustain. And I think you'll realize when you hear the sound demos, it's all about the sustain. It's incredible. That was my highlight feature, by the way. The natural sounding sustain that there's added to my sound. But except for that, you can also use it as always on pedal. So if you dial that drive back a little bit and just use it as an always on pedal, so for your rhythm parts, just hit it and play. It's very, very good as an addition to your amp. So I really like that feature because a lot of pedals, yes, they sound fantastic when you start soloing single notes and stuff. But for rhythm, crap. This one, very, very good as an always on pedal. If you're a rhythm player, very good pedal for you. So I would be really interested to know if you guys find the same thing, that it's a very good rhythm guitar pedal as well. So let's stop wasting time, plug this baby in. As you will see, I will go from a clean-ish sound to a more distorted sound. In terms of setup, I am using my vintage VMX guitar, which I love, and going straight into the pedal and then into my orange Terror amp. So let's go. Okay guys, so hopefully as you heard in those sound demos, I had a lot of fun using this. And again, I've got to be really straight up with you. I used to use one of these about 10 years ago. For whatever reason, I kind of forgot about it and sold it or lost it, something along the lines. But since I got this from Boss, I've really enjoyed playing it because it's versatile, it sounds great. I use it on rhythms a lot, not only solos. But as you realized in the video, I love getting that kind of round tone and sustaining the notes forever. It's just so natural. It's not artificial whatsoever. And the main advantage, guys, about that is that as a guitarist that works in a studio, at home, or as a bedroom player, you can, regardless of what you're running into, so a small amp, even an amp sim, regardless of any of that, you can almost mimic that great overdriven, almost kind of about to fall to bits kind of sound that you can only get by cranking your tube amp. So that's the fantastic thing about this pedal and what I really love. With headphones, you get that real visceral kind of tube amp almost going to, 11 and about to melt. And I really enjoyed that because when I'm here at home and I want to kind of get that same feeling, but obviously I've got neighbors or whatever, you cannot play at those volumes, regardless of your setup. So by using this in front, it's a great practice for a real tube amp and for blasting a real tube amp. So I really like it because you get that same feeling. You kind of get almost that, feedbacky sustain thing going. Very, very nice. Overall, I think the SD-1 is a great addition to anyone's pedal board. So as I said, regardless of whether you're a bedroom player, whether, you're in a recording studio or jamming or playing live, this is a great addition. You can use it in a number of ways. I think it's very flexible in terms of tone. It's easy to use, which, I'm pretty dumb. I need something that's easy to use, very simple, very responsive, lasts forever. And let's not forget, looks cool. So there you go. Obviously, I've got to make a few disclaimers. If you are looking for a pure doom death metal distortion box, this isn't it, right? This is not going to do it. It's not tight. It's a bit woolly. Yes, I was going through the orange amp, which in itself, it's a looser type of distortion. But this doesn't tighten it up as much as you'd expect. It still has that soft, spongy kind of overdrive sound. So it's not great for hyper technical death metal. It's not going to do it, but again, it doesn't want to do it. So bluesy rock, that's what this thing is about, and very natural feeling. Finally, I hate talking about money, but I've got to talk about money. This thing is approximately $50. So hopefully you would have seen some of my other pedals review. I talked about, the Donner pedals. I talked about some of the more inexpensive range of pedals. And they all sound great. We are very lucky. I keep saying this. We're very lucky that we live in a time where most pedals sound great. But I always do say that they sound great for the money. This is $50, so it's probably about $20 more expensive than the other ones, than the kind of entry level ones. But it's a pro pedal. It's Boss. There's nothing really better than this one. So I think it's a complete no-brainer, and if I had to choose, I would maybe save up those extra $20 and get this instead, because at the price, you're not talking about £150 or dollars boutique pedal. You're talking about something that you can get on Amazon, because you can buy it on Amazon, you can buy it in most guitar stores, and it's $50. It will last you a lifetime, and it's just a quality product. So I really have nothing bad to say about this. It's a lovely pedal. It's great for most uses. I'm still not sure why the hell I got rid of it or I lost it to start off with, but I'm very happy I found it again, and I think go check it out. I'll leave, as usual, the details to it down in the comments somewhere. And be good. Remember, guys, rock on.